If you watched the end of the last video, you know what I mean when I said I didn't quite mean that as it came off. But speaking of things that come off, the FBI and Larry Nassar. Okay, this is where some of the people that I've called out in jest lately, I'm completely on their side with this one because this guy is a convicted piece of shit, and they should just do us all a fucking favor and free up a space in the bed by just, I don't know, putting him out in general population. I'm just saying it might be able to reduce the Michigan State Penitentiary costs just by a little bit, and there would be no great loss. FBI agent fired after failing to properly investigate abuse claims against Larry Nassar. Now, okay, Larry Nassar is a hunk of shit. The FBI is a corrupt institution. I don't know who's worse in this situation, and it's a real fucking neck and neck race. Federal Bureau of Investigations has fired one of its agents for failing to properly investigate the sexual assault claims against former USA Gymnastics physician Larry Nassar. Agent Michael Langman lost his job with the Bureau last week. According to the report, his firing comes on the heels of the July report from Justice Department Inspector General Michael Horowitz, which charged Langman with failing to respond to the allegations against Nassar with urgency and the allegations required. But the FBI not that long ago said that everything was fine and they did the best stuff that they possibly could, and then it started to become, oh yeah, no, we had more tips, but we had enough information to convict him, so that's all that matters. But it just looks like once again the FBI dropped the ball on something, and unfortunately that involved somebody dropping balls on somebody else, and that should have been discussed a little bit quicker, don't you say? According to the New York Daily News, Langman was serving as a supervisory special agent in the interview when he interviewed McKayla Maroney, an Olympic gymnast and gold medal winner, about her allegations of abuse by Nassar back in 2015. According to reports, both he and his boss, agent in charge, Jay Abbott, lied to investigators from the Inspector General's office about their actions and that they never officially opened an investigation. So, Langman lost his job, and what about Jay Abbott, okay? Oh, he's in a higher tax bracket. He's actually got like a higher position, so he's not going to face any repercussion. Somebody else took responsibility for it already. Not my problem. FBI Director Christopher Wray made weird faces in front of Congress and also expected to testify before the committee soon to update lawmakers on efforts from within the agency to ensure that the failures evident in the Nassar investigation do not repeat themselves. Yeah, because we know that now that there's at least evidence that the FBI has a problem uncovering and bringing to justice convicted pedophiles, that couldn't possibly happen again. No, not with this administration, not with the staff that's there. Anyways, normally I'd make a comment here, but I think it's inappropriate. I know, right? I know it's inappropriate based on the subject matter. It's just a little bit stunned, so we have to get that off the screen so I can continue. Olympians criticize FBI's handling of Larry Nassar probe. We touched on a little bit of it. Okay, so one agent has been fired over this, but this was an institutionally corrupt effort that fucked up the lives of a whole bunch of gymnasts rather. Like I said, man, firing squad, Epstein treatment, I don't really give a shit, but Larry Nassar, man. Olympic gymnasts testifying before Congress in Washington on Wednesday criticized how FBI agents dealt with allegations against Larry Nassar, a Team USA doctor who was later convicted of sexually assaulting some of the girls he was tasked with treating. Not only did the FBI not report my abuse when they eventually documented my report 17 months later, they made entirely false claims about what I said. Wow! McKayla Maroney, one of the gymnasts, said in her opening statement, the survivors of Larry Nassar have a right to know why their well-being was placed in jeopardy by the individuals who chose not to do their jobs, added Maggie Nichols, another gymnast. The Department of Justice watchdog, Inspector General Michael Horowitz, concluded in July that the FBI mishandled allegations against Nassar. Whoopsie daisy, we'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Senior officials in the Bureau failed to respond to the claims with the urgency and the allegations investigations required and did not take steps to try to mitigate the ongoing threat posed by Nassar. Yeah, he was sticking things in us for a fucking sprained ankle. Do you think you can deal with this fucking creep? No, we'll get to it when we can. We got, have you seen what's on Hunter's laptop? We got better things to deal with. Fucking worthless cocksuckers. Jesus. Additionally, when the FBI's handling of the matter came under scrutiny in 2017 and 2018, they drug their feet because the last time I checked, 2021, officials declined to take responsibility. No! You're telling people, no, man, my trust in institutions is really shaken by this claim, okay? The FBI failed to take responsibility. Oh my God, that hurts me so deeply. I don't know how I'm going to continue. Instead, offering incomplete and inaccurate information to make it appear that they had been diligent in responding to the sexual abuse claims. Okay. Not taking responsibility, fucking up with the evidence, not going after this creep when you have multiple corroborated testimonies, and then lying about it, okay? Shouldn't you be tearing down everybody associated with this fucking investigation? I'm just saying. Maroney said she was shocked when she read the report. No shit! No shit! It chose to lie about what I said to protect their serial child molester. Oh, that's a good one. Rather than protect not only me, but countless others, she told members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. Maroney recounted being given a sleeping pill by Nassar in 2015 in Tokyo and lying naked, unable to move when he molested her for hours. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. I wasn't anticipating. Ugh, God, I wasn't anticipating. That just, that makes me feel gross. Ugh, anyways. She told the story to an FBI agent who she said did not respond for a period of time before asking, "Is that all?" Depends on how he said. Okay, listen, I don't want to give any deference to a fucking FBI fucking glowy, but if he's like, wow, is there anything else that you have to add? That's the context of using "is that all?" Or if he was like, yeah, we kind of just do that on weekends, and he's throwing a pen up in the air, it's like, that's two totally different things. But it's the feds after all, so I'm gonna err on the former as opposed to the latter. Those words in itself was one of the worst moments in the entire process for me. Yeah, because something that fucking horrific happens, and it's happened to multiple other gymnasts as well, and then you're greeted with okay, cool. Essentially that's nice, dear. Unbelievable. To have my abuse be minimized and disregarded to the people who are supposed to protect me just feels like my abuse was not enough. Like, if Me Too was actually like a serious fucking thing, they'd be going after the FBI, but of course they aren't, okay? Like, this is really like silencing women, okay? I hate to take up their talking points, but this is one of those instances where I'm 1,000% on their side, okay? Gymnasts expressed disbelief that the FBI agents who, according to the Inspector General, made false statements and botched the probe into Nassar has faced no recourse. I can't fuck it. That is what is just absolutely shocking. And then when I seen that blurb come out when the report was released, it's like, yeah, of course. And the FBI is not going to face any problems with it. But these are high-level women, okay? High-level women who have went through absolute hell on earth. It doesn't seem like a powerful enough description, but it is a powerful enough description because that's what they actually experienced. Like, these aren't the claims from a long time ago. This was shit that was written down and then covered up and then lied about being reported. They've got the receipts. There's no disputing this. Nassar's going to die in jail, hopefully sooner rather than later. But the FBI, man, they're just going to continue to just chug on and be useless. The FBI has not challenged the Inspector General's report. The Bureau said in a statement released that the actions and inactions of certain FBI employees described in the report are inexcusable and discredit to this organization. We're going to make a small donation to survivors of sexual assault and just say that we're real sorry, okay? And one of the officers is going to deliver a handwritten note to all of the affected gymnasts. You sacks of shit. But oh no. Here's what they're doing to take responsibility, okay? They're taking ownership of the situation. They have taken affirmative steps. What are those exactly? To ensure that to ensure and has confirmed that those responsible for the misconduct and breach of trust no longer work FBI matters. Still work at the FBI though. One person has been fired. One fucking person. Horowitz and FBI Director Chris Wray told the panel that criminal referrals of the FBI officials were made to government prosecutors, and because they're also pedophiles, they just decided to sweep them under the rug. Senator Dick Durbin, the committee's chairman, called the decision outrageous. Oh my God. 2021 truly is a magical time when I agree with something that Dick Durbin says, not unironically, whatever, and said that the Department of Justice refused to explain to him the reason behind the non-prosecution. Oh my God, please let this be a joining moment where both sides of the aisle can look at the Department of Justice and realize that it is unfit for purpose. Please, God, let this be this moment. It won't, though. Ray said, changes have been made at the FBI. Trust us, believe us. We've written it down. So that was McKayla Maroney's testimony. You had 3 other gymnasts there giving their thoughts as well. Superstar gymnast Simone Biles. Like I said, it's going to be people that I've taken shots at before, like Simone Biles, just making it all about herself. And I also mentioned that, yes, she's been through some horrific shit. So in this instance, totally on her side on this one. What do you expect? I'm logically consistent with things. Broke down in tears as she and other U.S. gymnasts McKayla Maroney, Maggie Nichols, and Raisman accused the FBI of turning a blind eye in the sexual abuse perpetrated by sicko sports director Larry Nassar. If you want to talk about weak descriptors, you got one right there. And serving innocent children up to a pedophile on a silver platter. And they're like, come on, we know many of people who do that. Have you seen the child brides coming out of Afghanistan? We know a thing or two about a thing or two. Biles had to regain her composure as she delivered heart-wrenching testimony in front of Senate Judiciary Committee Wednesday. The 7-time Olympian blasted the FBI as well as USA Gymnastics and the United States Olympic and Paralympic Committees for allegedly covering up the USA Gymnastic team's doctor's abuse. It truly feels like the FBI turned a blind eye on us and went out of its way to help protect the USAG and USOPC. Biles said, we suffered and continue to suffer because no one in the FBI, USAG, or USOPC did what was necessary to protect us. I don't want another young gymnast or Olympic athlete to experience the horror I and hundreds of others have endured. How much is a little girl worth? I don't know. Depends on what the doctor has connections with. That's a sad reality. That wasn't meant to be a joke, but Biles suggested that the trauma, the botched FBI investigation played in part of her shocking withdrawal. That's, you know what? Hey, if she came out and said that would have been fine, but don't make it about yourself. This is the situation. This is the forum. If you want to make something about yourself, you got perfect opportunity to do so. As a lone competitor, a recent don't care. The announcement in spring of 2020 that the Tokyo Games were postponed for a year meant that I would have to keep going to the gym, training therapy, living daily among the reminders, the story for another 365 days. Fair enough. But you also didn't know about the FBI's botched investigation at the time, and then Nassar, while not on death row, yet, he's been put to justice as much as you can. There's a time and place to start moving on. Still, Biles said she was determined to ensure one of Nassar's victims was competing at Tokyo so that the abuse and a mishandled investigation could not be ignored. Alright, martyr. Jesus, it sucked what you went through, but... Okay, my eyes are drawn directly to one specific part here. How short is Simone Biles? Holy shit. And holy shit for another reason. But again, the subject matter is awfully grim, and we need to smile a little bit, I guess. Oh my God. More than 250 women have accused the convicted pedophile, and now we just bring it way back down, convicted pedophile of sexually abusing them under the guise of medical treatment. The abuse stretched back decades. FBI knew all of this stuff, and they just fucking let it go. He should all get the Nassar treatment. In jail, of course. Whatever, let's switch gears a little bit, because that's just too fucking grisly for me to endure any longer. John McEnroe, okay, we're going to play a game of look at the headline, read the story, see where the spin is coming. Okay, John McEnroe doubles down on Emma Raducanu comments after U.S. Open triumph, okay? What does that lead you to believe, okay? Honestly, an unbiased telling of that is John McEnroe, for what he's known for is just having spicy hot takes, doubles down on Emma Raducanu, the British girl who was born in Toronto or London or something and then moved to England, so she's half Chinese, half English, half... She's a great fucking tennis player at the end of the day is what she is, and she won the US Open. I don't know if she ended up dropping a set or whatever, but the way that the New York Post wants you to read this article and take a look at it with a biased perspective is that John McEnroe is taking a shit on Raducanu. He doesn't, by the way, and he makes some very good points. That's why I wanted to add this to... I don't know, just bring everybody up before sending them off for the end of the day with just an absolute fucking terrible taste in their mouth. Goddamn, stop making jokes. Tennis legend turned broadcaster John McEnroe hasn't changed his tune about Emma Raducanu, even after the British teen won the 2021 US Open on Saturday. He doesn't have to. I meant exactly what I said. What did he say? McEnroe previously suggested after Raducanu pulled out of Wimbledon in July, okay, this was July, due to breathing issues, that the pressure of her Grand Slam debut just got to be a little bit too much for the rising star. Fair analysis of the situation, okay? I tried to relate it in a small way to my experience when I went to Wimbledon also at 18, McEnroe said about his 1977 4-set loss to Jimmy Connors in the semifinals. Raducanu did better than I did. I played Jimmy Connors. I hadn't been to center court, and I remember my legs shaking, feeling totally overwhelmed by experience and almost happy that I didn't win. Don't you think that that's fair commentary? I think that that's pretty fucking based, and he's not doubling down on anything. He meant exactly what he said, and it's fair fucking analysis for somebody who's already been there and done that. McEnroe took heat. From who? For previous comments about Raducanu, and the time it was still unclear what exactly happened with Raducanu and her opponent, Alija Tomljanov, don't know, don't care, called McEnroe's statement definitely harsh. So once again, okay, big ups to Raducanu, okay? She's not the one taking any of this shit to heart. It's other people on her behalf, and she's just out there doing her deeds and just fucking crushing it. God bless. Hopefully she's the second coming of Maria Navratilova, just without the carpet munching. Subsequently, I went to Stanford for a year. This is back about McEnroe. And had some time to sort of regroup mentally and prepare for the rigors of the tour, said McEnroe, who, in 1978, led the Stanford team to the NCAA championship and won the NCAA singles title. There is a lot of great upsides. That there's also pressure you put on yourself and the expectations others put on you. I mean that it was me as vanilla as it comes. I was very supportive of her. I thought at the time, the papers over in England, sometimes they make a big deal out of, well, to me, nothing. Okay, if that's who was trying to fucking stir shit between McEnroe and Raducanu, that would make a hell of a lot of sense. But with the win, though, at the US Open, if you had money on her, congratulations, you made a fucking fortune. With the win, Raducanu climbed the tennis ranks from number 336 in the world to 150. What a fucking explosion. She was the toast of England and is now one of the rising stars in sports. Yeah, and I hope that she doesn't get woke or anything like that. It doesn't seem like there's any indications of it. Just take a look at the other video that, I don't know, get fucking ratioed for whatever reason. I don't fucking know, nor do I really fucking care. I like her. Think that she's great, and everybody that we've talked about so far, in the context of the stories that we're covering them, totally 100%. They've been on the up and up, and I don't see anything wrong with anything that they've done. But once again, for posterity's sake, what do Larry Nassar and Jeffrey Epstein have in common? Fill in the blanks. But people I have no respect for, and this is how we're going to end it. This is the cover of Time magazine, and let's play the game of how many problems can you point out with one cover. Okay? I've got nothing to really add to this. This is just fucking atrocious. This is what the elites want you to see. This is what the elites want to put out there for you to consume, okay? They want weak men. They want narcissistic women, and they want woke couples to permeate their new utopia. Well, my friend, you can go fuck yourself. And that's the only satisfaction that Harry gets in this relationship anyways. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. Get this off the screen. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.